In this video, we'll talk about the 8 important things you should know before going vegan. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button down below. And if you enjoy our content, subscribe to our channel Next Gen U and click that notification bell for instant updates on brand new content. Deciding on a major life choice like switching to veganism isn't something you just jump onto without thinking. There are many factors you'll need to consider, especially since this will be a huge, life-changing move to make. It will affect your body and mind in different ways which you may not be ready for, especially if you're far from a vegan before making the switch. But while this isn't an easy decision to make, it doesn't mean that the transition shouldn't be as smooth. So if you're planning to make this big move, allow us to guide you through the process. Here are some important things you should know before going vegan. Going vegan doesn't automatically mean you'll lose weight. Many people who turn to veganism have this idea in their heads that doing so will lead to weight loss. It is, after all, a much less cruel lifestyle that mostly revolves around a plant-based diet. However, that's not always the case. Sure, if you stick to green, leafy vegetables as your main source of nourishment, you may see yourself losing a significant amount of weight. But that won't exactly mean you're following a balanced diet, now would it? Here's the thing. Calorie-dense foods exist, even for vegans. If you don't know what they are, these are stuff you eat that contain high calories per serving, and consuming a lot of them will lead to weight gain. Some examples are tofu, nutritional yeast, avocados, sweet potatoes, dried fruit, legumes, and quinoa. They're not exactly bad for you. In fact, they do bring some nutritional value. But if you consume a lot of them without the proper balance with foods with lower caloric density, you will pack in a few extra unwanted pounds. You'll need to find yourself new protein sources. As a non-vegan, protein sources are abundant. You can find them in lean meat like beef, lamb, and veal, poultry like chicken and turkey, fish and other seafood, dairy products, and eggs. But once you decide to let go of that by turning to veganism, you'll need to find yourself new sources for your protein. Sure, you'll find them in chickpeas, lentils, peas, soybeans, and tofu. All of these foods also bring their respective health benefits, which is always a good thing. But in the long run, you can only consume so much of these products, and you will want to have something that resembles a meat product. It's not impossible, but it can be challenging. Fortunately, there are vegan meat substitutes like mushrooms, seitan, even jackfruit. The experience, of course, will not be the same, but you will get a similar feeling that should give you the same satisfaction in the long run. Do expect a little lead time to get yourself fully adjusted, and in some cases, it may take a while. But with some patience and consistency, you'll get there. Soy-based products aren't meant to be devoured. For those intending to turn vegan, soy-based products are the best alternatives to go for if you're looking for a protein source. Substitute soy milk with dairy milk and tofu, edamame, and tempeh for animal protein. Seems like a simple fix, right? Not exactly. According to scientific research, consuming too much soy-based products could also be detrimental to one's health. One study found that the overconsumption of soy could potentially reduce a woman's fertility, as well as trigger premature puberty, and even cause a disruption in the development of fetuses and children. Experts found the culprit to be in isoflavones found in soy. These isoflavones are plant compounds that mimic estrogen. But it becomes problematic when the body begins dealing with too much of these isoflavones. That's when the imbalance occurs, and that is what's believed to cause these resulting problems. As the great Hippocrates once said, everything in excess is opposed to nature. Indeed, having too much of a good thing can cause more harm than good in the long run, even with your soy consumption. Remember, everything in moderation. Consider taking nutritional supplements. Vitamin B12 is an essential nutrient that keeps our nerve and blood cells in tip-top condition. It helps prevent deficiencies that can easily lead to bigger problems like tiredness, loss of appetite, constipation, weakness, and unhealthy weight loss. Iron is an essential nutrient that the body uses to produce hemoglobin, a protein found in your red blood cells that distributes oxygen to the vital parts of your body. Iron deficiency may cause anemia, which can sap the energy out of you and make you feel constantly tired. Both vitamin B12 and iron are most abundant in animal products. And while there are vegan foods that contain these nutrients, such as nutritional yeast, Tempeh, almond milk, spinach, kale, and pumpkin seeds, they may not be enough. Especially with iron, most vegan foods are mostly of the non-heme kind, which isn't easily absorbed by the body. That means you'll need to take supplements to get the adequate amount. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, but this is something you'll need to take note of before making the jump. This should allow you to make any budgetary adjustments if necessary. Reading food labels will be part of your norm. As a non-vegan, you don't necessarily have to scrutinize the labels of the products you're consuming. But once you've made the switch, you'll need to compel yourself to have a more watchful eye. Food items shouldn't be that much of a problem, especially if you're going the organic route too. You wouldn't need to worry too much about whether or not you're eating something that isn't fully vegan. The inconsistencies may lie in the non-food products you buy. Many personal care items like cosmetics and laundry detergents are advertised as either vegan, 100% plant-based, or free from animal products. Some would even brand their products as cruelty-free. But it's not until you read the fine print or the ingredients list where you'll find animal-derived products like beeswax or wool. It could be a sneaky tactic to try and pass off as vegan, or it's simply blatant false advertising. Either way, you'll be lured into breaking your own rules, which is never a good thing. So if you're making this transition, prepare yourself to read a lot of labels and ingredients lists. Don't worry, you'll get used to it eventually. You don't have to ditch your favorite restaurants. So you have a favorite Italian restaurant and you've been coming here since your early teens. You've particularly fallen in love with the complimentary focaccia bread that they serve as an appetizer alongside a generous helping of balsamic vinegar. That appetizer alone brings you sheer comfort and joy. But you've recently decided to go vegan, and you obviously cannot consume a lot of its menu items anymore. So does this mean you should ditch your favorite restaurant altogether? Not necessarily. You'd actually be surprised at how versatile this restaurant's menu is, and there are likely plant-based options for you to consume. Just ask your waiter and tell him about your dietary restrictions. He'll surely understand and will likely oblige to your requests, especially if you're a regular customer. Now, this doesn't mean that you should always ask for a vegan version of some of their foods, but you can ensure that there aren't animal products like butter or chicken stock in their soups. Negativity towards veganism is usually rooted in misinformation. Especially if you're around people who love their meat and animal products, you'll likely get raised eyebrows and the stink eye once you declare that you're going vegan. They will likely question your decision and even judge you for making such a choice. Now, if these non-consecutive forms of criticisms are coming from people who have no relation to you, pay them no attention. They can talk all they want, but at the end of the day, why should their opinions matter? Their comments won't add value to your life anyway. However, if these words are coming from close friends and family members, then they obviously bear more weight. But there's also a good chance that their judgments are coming from a place of ignorance and misinformation. And if that's the case, you should try your best to educate them. Give them as much necessary information as possible, correct their misconceptions, and answer all their questions. You can even have them try some of the best delicacies that veganism has to offer. If that still doesn't work, then you can agree to disagree. Hey, you can't please everybody, not even your loved ones. Some food ideas to start with. Before we end this video, we'll give you some meal ideas for you to start with. This should help make your transition a lot smoother. For breakfast, you can try making a smoothie bowl. It's quick and easy to make with a blender, some ice, and your favorite fruits. You can add in some coconut milk if you want that extra creaminess. An easy but delectable vegan lunch would be an avocado salad and chickpea salad. Smash both chickpeas and avocados and lather them onto some toasted whole grain bread. If you want some added tanginess, some sliced tomatoes should do the trick. Vegan snacks are easy, especially if you want to keep it simple. A common favorite is some guacamole and crackers, which once again involves some avocado. You can enhance your guac by adding some garlic, onions, cumin, salt, and pepper. For dinner, you can have something as simple as vegan chili. It does involve a slew of ingredients like onions, carrots, garlic, dried oregano, tomato puree, red pepper, beans, and some smoked paprika. But in 15 minutes, you could have one of the most delicious meals you've had in a while. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Next Gen U, and hit that notification bell for instant updates on our latest content.